Our student Josh managed to secure a property in a prime location in Shepherd's Bush whilst out in Canada in less than a month.
Follow us while we show you the property and how he managed to stage it.
Hello, so my name is Josh. Honestly, I'm just at work right now, but I found Deana and Shana through TikTok while scrolling through TikTok, and that's how I joined. And yeah, so far I joined in less than, how long did I join ago? Like a month and maybe a half. A month, maybe a half. And I got my first property.
Hey, Josh, you're missing out the most vital piece of information. Where are you now? Where are you based?
Oh, I'm in Canada. Okay, yeah, I'm in Canada, and yeah, I found them through TikTok, and they're doing service accommodate or Airbnb in UK. And like I'm having a property one right now in UK, and I got it in less than a month with the help of, that's my journey so far.
Okay, cut out. You said with the help of us, I'm assuming. So that's good. Where did you tell the people, where did you find the deal? I know just a bit of backstory about Josh. He was calling every day. Like, although he's in Canada, he didn't let that stop him. Like, he was on Open Rent, he was on Gumtree. So let them know how you found the deal. How many calls did you make to landlords to even find this deal? And how did you find it?
I'm finding it, like, I'm kind of, at the beginning, I was kind of slacking, like calling here and there stuff, but a week passed by, like after I got my, what's it called, the company. Once I got the certificate, then it's like a confirmation that I could like just spam calling people. It's kind of struggling to do it through here, especially if I live in Canada, because first off, like I don't know if you guys remember, but I can't even call landlords. So the first journey is to get a phone. So from there, like, we both figured out which app to use and stuff. And then apparently that app is like a home phone. It's like not like a mobile phone. So I can't even, there's like two apps you can usually go to, which is Open Rent, like Gumtree. And honestly, I'm using Fiverr too. I don't know if you guys I use Fiverr to like hire people and stuff, ask for people to see if they can find me a deal. But yeah, I'm trying my best, like every day, like listing out all these people, calling out all these numbers, and like the beginning, like would call these people and they're like, oh, we don't accept this, we don't accept that. But, like, I'm listed out like people who are open-minded to service accommodation, and because like I don't have time. If you're like, I can't, like, the thing is with me is that it's online. I had to FaceTime them. I can't even visit them in person.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to even, like, so if they said no agents, no land or service accommodation, like if they have it listed down there, like I will just like cross it out. But yeah, it was a struggle, and in those journey, I found someone who are open for it, and through Sourcer. But again, with the Sourcer, it's like kind of hard too, because they know them, they don't know me, and like need some confirmation from Deana and Shana, and like with the help of, like, honestly, this property I got it through my gut too. Like in the first one, I don't know if you remember, but in Deana, we found a property that's a little bit sus, and
someone was directing.
it's a little bit sus in the beginning. They're like, oh, like, we don't talk to I can't find the landlord's details or something like that, or like the property is not. Gave me a bunch of documents that are like from a random scanner, a little bit sus too. You know what I mean? And it doesn't say like the guy, the property who owns the property. Search up the name of that company, and the guy's from like 1945. Are you alive? So and I searched up the guy's Instagram. Like, I found his Instagram, and he's a little sus too. At the end, he's doing some scamming in Facebook, but like doing a proper research, that one is not a good deal. But this second one too, like the proper documentation through the lease agreement, through trust my gut, and I just went from there. And yeah, honestly, confirmation from Deana and Shana is like, because honestly, like, I wouldn't do it if I didn't have them with me. So yeah, that's the journey. So
more of a backstory about yourself as well, like what are you currently doing at the moment, what's your day-to-day schedule like, and how long have you been looking to get into Airbnb strategy until you actually finally decide
right now we're two full-time 16 hours doing concierge, and then doing both security. So I work 16 hours a day, and looking like it's been like 2, maybe 3 years. Like
Yeah.
I seen it. I've seen it, and honestly, I feel like I've joined some calls and like joined some groups and like well-known people. Like right now, like I don't know if they, it's just like well known. They have that one-on-one session with, and I think that's key. And like, let's say I want to message you for some, I have an issue with this. Like, don't really help you with that. Like it's like, oh, just because it feels like everything is already there in the course, I don't really need to help you. But then course is not really everything, and I feel like one-on-one session is what I'm looking for. And the fact that I got a unit in the first place because I got a one-on-one session from you guys.
Yeah.
And right now, like I'm working 2 full-time jobs, and once I get this running, hopefully I could, the goal is to quit.
What is it us in the first place? Like, I know you said more than one-on-one, but what is it that made you be like, okay, I'm gonna go with these 2 girls, they're in the UK? Like, what made you decide that?
Honestly, like, this might sound bad, but it seems like you guys are pretty new.
Yeah, it's true.
So I told you before, like, people who are experienced or have like so many properties, like those people are not like really helping you with one-on-ones or something like that. So I try to reverse strategy, be like, hey, what if the people are not new, but like they have started already, they have experience, but then they're still pretty new to the business, then they could still like, they could maybe help me one-on-one with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I feel like some people are gonna have like 50, 100 properties already in the business, and like they can't really help me out because they have so many things going on, they have so many people who are like their students.
Yeah.
Like, so to get them to even get me to message, sometimes it will take me a day, sometimes maybe 2 days, a week, something like that. But then with you guys, like I'll get like a message, I'll message you guys, and then you guys will just reply right away. And honestly, there's 2 of you guys too. There's 2, so I can message you or Shana, like either one, or sometimes I'll just ask like the group too, and they help out too. So
you have utilized us.
It's a good community. It's a good community.
Because I know like you only started a month ago, but I know you got through the training very quick, and you were someone who, as much as you are busy with your job and you're doing 16-hour shifts, you're an action taker, and I think that's a really important part of being successful in property and getting the results you want. As much as it's important to get the knowledge and information, it's also important to take action. And you're someone who asks questions, you're always looking to learn and grow, and I think that's really important. In your journey so far, what do you feel like the biggest struggle or challenges have been so far?
So far, like I feel like just calling people through getting a viewing, still a problem till this day to get my second property, but hopefully we'll get another one soon. It's not a struggle as in like my struggle, it would have been just online, like FaceTiming and trying to see like, and also Canada as well, like, and also credibility. You have no credibility in the system, and like you don't have track record. Some people are asking you, oh, like what's your history? And I was like, I've been only here for a month. And then they'll be like, oh, like, like we don't really, you need to have some people are saying like you need to have a backbone. I'm like, I do. So it's like being new and like no experience and like online, and honestly it shouldn't be a problem because I'm upgrading your unit. I'm upgrading your unit. I'm paying a guaranteed rent, so I don't really care if that's a struggle. Like my mindset is like already in like 10 units, they're not really gonna do it with me, then it's it's their loss, then I'll just move on to the next.
I do want to touch on what he said about that a lot of landlords don't really know the pros and the cons of why we take their properties, and sometimes I feel like it can be a your loss situation, because when a landlord says no, it's like, but I'm guaranteeing you rent, I'm literally gonna furnish your property, I'm gonna take it on for this amount of years. Like there's just so much pros into why they should go with us. So I'm totally agreeing with what Josh is saying, like your loss onto the next landlord. Like there's loads of landlords out there.
Exactly, and I feel like when you've got that sense of confidence in what you have to offer and what you do as a business, landlords sense that, agents sense that, and they buy into you as a person because they can just feel the enthusiasm, they can feel the confidence. So I think that's something you've obviously got, Josh. You've got the right attitude towards the business.
Let's get into the juicy topic. Let's talk numbers on this property. Let them know how much the rent is, bills, what's your return on investment, all the juicy stuff.
So the rent is $1,650 times 2 with the deposit, so that's like 32.50, and
What does the rent
on it,
does it include anything?
the bills are included.
With the rent price, was that the initial price, or did you manage to negotiate it with the landlord?
Honestly, it was like 17.50 at the beginning, and then it just managed to. Oh yes, 17.50 at the beginning. Managed it to get to 16.50, and then I managed to convince them to give me a grace-free period as well for 7 days. No, 7 days, 5-6 days. I think we closed the deal on the 11th of July, and then I got to sign the deal for like the 17th. Like 5-6 days, so a grace free period on that. Like, I'm asking for a lot of like free stuff so that they can they could give me some time to generate profits. So 16.50.
Was there any referencing done? Anything like any background checks? How was that process?
The background checks on the landlords?
On you, on your company, because I know it's a new company.
Yes. They checked for my company details. I honestly just gave them my company details, and they're okay with it. They didn't really have an issue with that. Other than that, it's just running the numbers and like making sure it's profitable. And honestly, also when checking out the units online, I check it out and it looks pretty good. And then when I got the property manager to check it out, he's like, "Oh, this is not working."
6 days rent free, no credit checks, no
heavy company checks as well.
No guarantors. Pretty good deal if you ask me. 16.50 with all bills included. So that is in such a prime location. Obviously it's a 1-bed, but it's still a really good price.
Yeah, I know the deal did stack originally at 1,750, but it's always really important to try and negotiate the rent as much as you can. I know the property also needed a bit of work, so I think the fact that you pushed on that and you brought it to their awareness, hadn't you have not done that, you wouldn't have got a grace-free period, and you wouldn't have been able to also negotiate the rent. So that's why it's really important to pick up these things at the viewings. Even if you're not going to the viewing yourself, ask the person to do these checks for you, so you can really get them to push hard with the negotiation side of things.
Yeah, and I always say everything in property is negotiable. So sometimes people will just settle for what they have because they feel like they're asking for too much. If you don't ask, you don't get. Like, sometimes we'll go to properties and we'll push on like a 2-week rent free. Sometimes you just need to, if it sounds ridiculous, good, because then that's where you can negotiate with the landlord, negotiate certain terms, rent price. So yeah, always negotiate.
How did you find that negotiation process whilst physically?
Find it hard? That one, I think it's still hard to negotiate with people. So I think when I get like more credibility, the system and like profits and all that stuff, it will be easier once I get started with more properties or like profits. At the beginning, they're asking for a lot, like probably like 2 times rent. I don't have that. 2 times rent, deposit, sorcerer fee. I'm like, sorcerer fee, first of all, he's asking for like 2,500, so I can't have that, because, and then he went down to 18, and then it went down to like £1,000.
Yeah, so
that's probably like one of the biggest negotiation I could get from this deal, because it was supposed to be like 2.5, for the deal, for the sorcerer fee, and then negotiate $100 off, and then I think the grace-free period, 6 days of grace-free period. From there, furnitures and stuff. So that's it's pretty good. It's pretty good for my negotiation for the first time.
Yeah,
it's the first time.
That's something that we really do like to to push on our students. Like, you need to get out of your comfort zone and negotiate. So that's good. I know you're still new at negotiation, but it's good that you're starting it, and now you can apply it to everyday life. Like, even when you're going out and you want to buy something, like, you can still negotiate. Obviously not in big shops, but it's just a good skill to have, negotiating.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I know you touched on having a management company. What made you make the decision to go with a management company, and how did you even find them?
So I found it through you guys. Referring from you guys, and I checked their background first, like see if they have properties, see if they have profits. They're showing me their revenues on other profits on other properties and stuff, and okay, I was like, yes, they're doing pretty good. Their communication is good too, like, they communicate with me with everything that's happening, and like basically they're saying like I don't really need to do anything, and I just get profits after the end. So I took it on because still pretty new. It'd be easier to like get like a guaranteed. Also, when it comes to staging and also making sure it looks good for the property as well, because being new is like I can't really even online, like I can't really design it myself or like doing all that stuff. So they did everything for me. So that's why I took it.
Yeah, and how much do they charge you for management, just for anyone else who's probably interested in going?
So they're doing like a 12.5%.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 12.5. It's like they said 10 to 15, and then we get down to like 8.5. So
You negotiate
and
that.
then from there, what's it called, the staging fees and all that stuff. So all that is kind of rough, but we're here now.
Yeah.
Hopefully at the end it will generate around 8,000 to 15. That's the ideal realistic goal with this property, is 8 to 15,000 a year profit.
How much is that monthly?
Monthly would have been roughly around $800 to $1,500
Okay, that's
a month.
And one
Price range, and then the minimum profit would have been 500.
Okay, that's good. That's still really good. And one question: what would you say to people who are on the fence about starting?
On the fence?
Yeah.
I'm on the fence myself. Honestly, I just did it because, I have a goal. If you have a goal, you just do it. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people resonate with me on this, but if you've been thinking about it for a while, just do it. Like, you've been thinking, like, for years, you've been thinking about it. For months, you've been thinking about it. But don't think, just do it, because either way, even if you fail, you will at least know for yourself that you've done it. Me, like, I've been thinking about it for years, right? And I was like, should I not? With this, like, the money is like ×2 when it comes to UK. And I was like, but then you'll figure it out at the end. Just do it. In the process, like, you're not gonna know everything while thinking.
Yeah, and you said you've got goals. What's your goals? What does the next 6 months look like for you?
My goal for this 6 months, well, hopefully at the end of the year, is to get at least 3 to 5 properties, and deal sourcing as well. Having more network in deal sourcing side so that I could sell deals.
Yeah.
Hopefully upgrade some stuff on social media and generate at least, let's say, 5,000 to 10,000 by the end of the year, so that I could quit my job.
That's just basically what we just wanted to ask you a few questions, just so that people can see more about your story and know a bit more about your situation. Obviously, you're not living in the UK, so you're doing this all from Canada, so it is a very unique story. So thank you for taking the time out to share that story with us. We really do.
No worries.
We get you're busy. You're working 16 hours, but don't worry, soon you'll be able to quit your job. So that's good.
Yes, that's the goal. Help me.
I'd say continue focusing on your goals and just keep taking massive action, because the more you do that, the more that goal will feel closer and closer each day. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're smashing it. You really are. So if anyone is also sitting on the fence like Josh was, he was thinking about doing this for the last 2 years. But if you do have a goal that you want to achieve and you do feel like this is the right path for you to take, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to reach out to Josh. Ask him a few questions as well. Soon he'll be on social media. We are pushing that on him.
Yeah,
so
we're forcing him to get on social
he'll be
media.
active on social soon, or feel free to or drop us a message and we will be more than happy to help you.
But yeah, lovely speaking with you, Josh.
Thank you so much.
All right, see you guys.
Take care. Bye. So as you saw, we just spoke to Josh. He's honestly doing amazing. Like, he's doing big things, and I can really see him getting far with the work he's putting in and the mindset he has as well. You can see he's got clear goals, a clear vision, and he's going to take action, and he won't stop until he gets what he wants. So
yeah, he makes the most out of his calls from us. So we're always on the phone to Josh, but we don't mind. Like, yeah, he's definitely an action taker. He's always posting deals in groups. I think he is cooking, so he's got some things that we're gonna obviously show later on.
And he's a big networker. He's always messaging people, calling people, speaking to people in the property space, which is super important, especially when you're new to the industry. It's really important to build connections and ask people questions, get to know a bit more about them, how they got to where they are. So if you are sitting on the fence and you are someone who wants to get started, let this inspire you. Let Josh's story be the reason why you take action today. We're also here to help. If you have any questions, just pop them in the comments below, or give us a message on Instagram, Property with Deana
and Property by Shana, and let us know what you guys want to see in the next video, or any questions that you think we should go over in any video.
Thank you for watching.